EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Well, you told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases, because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot at the right time.
And took him down in the backfield with those instincts. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is McCarthy. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. McCarthy operating from the gun. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's McCarthy. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Looking to throw McCarthy. He gets it to Addison. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. A 10-yard gain. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. And the Steelers.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 8. In motion goes the tight end. Rodgers going to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And here's Fryermuth again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers, a free play. This is caught.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now it's Rodgers. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Scotty Miller, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was concluded on the touchdown pass to Scotty Miller. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animating.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Buying time to his left. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To the air with McCarthy. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
At the 45-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout,
10 yards.
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports, and we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just one touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Still going. They can't stop him. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
There's Rodgers to throw.
That's caught right side. It's Warren.
How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
On play action, Rodgers.
That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
They got 29 yards that time.
29 more yards. That's another Steelers first down. First down and goal to go.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Play action, it's Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, now how about this return?
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
41-yard line.
Second down and 4. On the give, it's Warren. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A handoff for Warren.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Rodgers from 17 yards out. And the
Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And out now come the Vikings.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get some.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Open here, Adam Thielen. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
10 more yards.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
first down. He'll drop to throw. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
And he's got it. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and goal at the Steelers' 3-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over.